How do you progress fast with the planche? Any advice?
There is a lot of training methods, like when you have to train how much, how many attempts, how many rests, a lot of things, but the technique is so important thing. And my advice for everyone who are interested about the planche, you just have to learn how the planche works. To go on planche position, which muscles you have to squeeze, and then you will save a lot of time. Because in the past, I just learned the straddle punch with open chest and core, for example. My form is straight, everything is alright. Nobody tell me that this is so wrong. I just squeeze the lower back first before the core and the glutes. And that was so bad, and that's the mistake that I just spent a lot of time to fix it. And yeah, it's about the technique. The technique is the first thing that if you know how it works, you will progress faster and you will have good habits and you will not lose time in the future. Like me, by the way, before I starting to learn the planche, the full planche, sorry, I was with 25 seconds straddle punch. And I just can't forget how I just wrote a message to Victor Kamenov, and I asked him, hey bro, how many seconds I have to hold the straddle before to be ready to start learning the full? And he sent me a message something like 7 seconds straddle punch. And I was with 25 seconds straddle punch, and I just thinking that if I reach 50 seconds straddle punch, I will be able to close my legs. Yeah, you have to know when you're ready for progress. I know people that they're not patient enough to make the good foundation with some progression, foundation that they will build on this foundation, and they just hold some progression 3 seconds and they try to go for the next one. My advice is, if you know when you're ready for the progress, that's something that will save your time. Something that is connected with the mindset is to dream big. Because when I ask my students before they go to my mentorship program, I ask them, so now you're on tuck planche, after 1 year, where you want to be? I have answers like advanced tuck planche, something like this. Dream like your final goal will be not straddle punch, will be full punch push-ups with presses, and after 1 year you will achieve at least full punch. Just example. If your goals are big, you will be not glad with some progress, and always you will push yourself.
Again, similar with me. I think with a lot of us that learnt planche at a similar time, I learned it again, open chest, not a lot of protraction, kind of trained it on my own in my room. I had to go back, I went all the way to full planche, I had to go back to advanced tuck and reset my foundation to gain the protraction, the good base, my external rotation, actually engage my biceps, all of that, and then I had to apply it to straddle and then to full planche. And even now I'm still working on the little things here and there, just like you said. So it is a long journey, and the technique is so important. Again, even with the people I coach, again, a lot of the progress that you see very quick, I have some people that say, oh, like I post some results and they say, oh, that's not possible. It is. like I'm telling you, like it is. They have the strength already. It's just the technique and missing that activation, or just the weak link. Once they have the activation, the weak link, and just the technique, they perform way better. For other people, it's a different issue, but it can literally, you can have a lot of quickly because of technique, and then from there you can progress much faster because you already have the technique and your body now understands the position that it needs to be in. So I completely agree with that about technique. What are your top exercises for planche?
There is no any new exercise. I think everybody know them. But the reason why you have to do some exercise is to simulate the real planche. And a lot of people, for example, they're on straddle punch and they wanted to learn straddle punch push-ups. And they do planche lean push-ups, pseudo push-ups. They don't do it enough realistic to the real planche push-ups. So my advice for every exercise is, it's so important how you do it. Because my favorite planche exercises is protraction and retraction on planche lean hold, for example, just to connect the right muscles. Pseudo push-ups, planche lean presses is so good exercises. Planche lean presses with dumbbells is so good exercises. But if you do it wrong, and if you miss to squeeze one muscle, will be not realistic enough with the real planche. And it's so important, the technique of the exercises, to do it not too many reps and too many hold, to do it with less reps and hold, but with perfect technique to be more closer to the real planche hold, planche push-ups and presses as well.
Completely agree, man. Again, one of the things I think is most important is progressive overload. So, doing more and more. So your body has to train for something harder. You can't make it like you were saying about the straddle planche, 45 seconds straddle planche. Your body's going to be, it's endurance at that point You're just working on your like your strength endurance, but you need to be working on just your raw power and strength to do a harder element. So the progressive overload is important, but then also training specifically. So if you want the straddle push-up, you need to do something to simulate the straddle push-up, but at your level. So 100% agree. One thing a lot of people want now is protraction. Protraction is very big now for a lot of the new athletes because they see a lot of the form, and it's one of the hardest parts. And again, it was one of the things I struggle with now and did a lot learning planche. So you said you like the, I think, planche lean, scapular, protraction, retraction. Is there any other protraction exercises you like?
Yes, the exercises, they are important, but if you know how works the protraction and which muscles you have to squeeze, this is more important. Planche lean, protraction and retraction, but you have to think about the right muscles that you have to squeeze to do the protraction. Yeah, so plank, protraction and retraction, even normal plank, because the plank position, normal plank position, and the muscles that you squeeze when you do plank position is so similar to the planche position, the same muscles. Yeah, so even plank will help you a lot if you do the straddle planche like this or something. So to think in the moment of the exercise, to think about these muscles and to try to copy paste the feeling when you do the exercise on the real planche, this is the most important thing.
Do you have any good exercises for them for just the shoulder strength? So not necessarily simulating the planche, but just, okay, I want to increase my shoulder strength so it's easier for me to, you know, get into the planche position. Also, I get better at simulating the planche because maybe they're, you know, beginner or intermediate. Any exercise for them for shoulder strength?
Yeah, so exercises like with dumbbells are really good. When you lay on the ground with your back and lift dumbbells, planche lean races with dumbbells, not on the ground, only on the wall, will help you increase the strength in the shoulders. 100%. Planche lean presses, it's exercise for me that it's so good. Like to lean on planche lean hold and press to handstand, but not to lean your body back, to lean it back and up, like back position. It's so important. Like to imitate planche presses. Yeah, but the exercises, they are not too important, you know. The attempts and what you do on the attempts is the most important thing.
So yeah, going off that then, with attempts, attempts is a highly debated thing as well. Some people think, attempts are really, really good. Other people think, you know, attempts aren't that great. Well, what do you think about attempts? How do you use them, for your training and for the people that you know, your students as well? What do you think about attempts, basically?
Yeah, the attempts is the most important thing. If you train conditioning and exercises for planche more than attempts, that's something that's it's not that okay. I mean, the priority thing is the attempts. Yeah, the priority thing is the attempts of progressions. So after that, you can do some exercises for it. But I know people that they put more attention on the exercises, and when they do attempts, they don't and they progress more on the exercises than the planche. For example, they're on advanced leg planche and they want to go to the straddle, but they put their attention to lift planche lean dumbbells races with more weights, and the level of the planche is just same. So first of all, the progression, and then the conditioning exercises. That's my opinion.
If you guys enjoyed that conversation with Rado, please subscribe and follow him as well, because the next video is going to be the full conversation and interview with Rado, talking about other skills he wants to learn, his competitions, how he progresses so fast in other elements as well. Also, if you would like the front lever version of this exact video and you found it valuable, comment it down below. I'll put together a short 10-minute clips of the highlights where we talk about front lever, how to improve your touch front lever, all the pulling elements, and how he approaches learning those pulling skills, okay? So let me know down below and see you in the next full interview.